Hey guys, so today I'm gonna do a little experiment for you. And of course I picked the windiest day of the year and the day that both of my neighbors are cutting grass. Why do I do this to myself? I was at the farm all morning. I came back. I cut the front grass yesterday and I'm running into seed heads. People had questions about seed heads. I'll show you that. They're just a pain in the butt. So I actually cut the grass again this morning out there. I backlapped my reel mower and I cut it in the other diagonal direction with a catcher on it. Those seed heads are just a pain in the butt. They'll go away, don't worry about it. But today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, a couple guys have asked about verticutting or scarifying or dethatching a warm season grass. It's usually not done, but there are instances when you start to get short and thick that you may want to do it, and I'll show you why. Hold on. Hey guys, I cover a lot of this in the Bermuda Lawn Guide, so make sure you get the guides. Cool season guides, Zoysia guides, they're all up. Just get them. It covers everything. It has calendars, product links, everything. I'm tired, as you can tell. I was over at the farm this morning. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, had to water the fields, came back. Yesterday I came back and I cut the front lawn. Seed heads. Came out this morning, seed heads. And it's not that they're growing, it's just that they won't cut. Seed heads generally come from, when you get a lot of seed heads, you usually have some kind of soil condition. My front yard for years has suffered from different types of funguses. It's had all kinds of problems ever since we bought the house, and it gets seed heads for about 30 days. So I cut it yesterday, I came back out, cut it today. I'll walk you out front real quick and show it to you. So this is my issue with seed heads out here out front. Let me explain what they look like. So these little stalks right here, see them? These little stalks right here, this white stalk, this is from a seed head, and it does not want to cut. It just sort of shaves. So you got to make sure your reel mower blade is real sharp, because they bend over, they don't want to stand up, and they don't cut. And you get this sort of white haze, you see it? There's sort of a white haze across the lawn. And that's those stupid seed heads. All right, so the seed head issue is not a huge issue, although people just get pissed off about it. They usually show up about this time of year. I usually see them in May. And all you do is just keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting, and eventually they're going to go away. But this front lawn has always suffered from some sort of fungus, disease, and it's just been weak in general. So I came out here, I put down some PGF Complete, I put down some dirt booster, I hit it with a lot of water, and it should be fine. But it's not a big issue, they're just obnoxious, that's all. On my back, now what's kind of funny is on the backyard, I have almost no seed heads whatsoever. We have not had any fungus issues on the backyard, zero fungus issues, and I have zero seed heads. So look at this. Look at this big yard back here. I don't have any seed heads back here on this whole thing. I got a lot of leaves from all this wind, but no seed heads. So understand that seed heads generally show up when the lawn just feels like it's weak. It's like a signal. It says, I need to grow, I need to spread, I need to regenerate, I need to multiply. So it's going to send up seed heads. When you get that, just work through it. Again, try and improve your soil. I put down PGF Complete and I throw down dirt booster and then hit it with water. And pretty soon, within a couple of weeks, they'll go away. But again, my front is loaded with seed heads because of the poor soil. The back looks perfect, no seed heads. Crazy. Let's talk about verticutting. There's a difference between dethatching, verticutting, and scarifying. Scarifying and verticutting sometimes can be done by the same machine, but this is a true story. You know, we're not doing anything with our garden beds this year, and this is sad. So there's our home gardens right there. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this. I got a 40-acre farm. But I want to show you something. We haven't cleaned up over here in a while. But look where I took this piece of equipment and I threw it. This was last season. Okay. See this? Swear to God. That's where it's been. You can see they're rusted. This is what you're going to use on a cool season lawn, okay? These little prongs here. You do not use those on a warm season grass. So this is the unit that I like. This is my second unit, the second one of these. The other one I have, I actually took down to the beach house and I did all my seedings with the one down at the beach house. Make sure that the unit that you get comes with both this prongy thing, the dethatcher, and let me show you the blades. All right, see these blades? That's what you want right there. These blades are often called scarifying blades, but I've learned on the Sunjo, for some reason, on Sunjo, their blade design will allow you to verticut. Not all these machines will do that, and I did a video last year on it. I bought another machine that was just, it will not perform, it will not give you a nice cut. It still tears up the lawn too bad. So, if you can find these, they're hard to come by, they always go out of stock. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll link to everything I'm talking about, the dirt booster, the Sunjo, all this stuff. The sweeper that I use, everyone asks about that. But this is the unit that I'm using today. And again, if you have a warm season grass, if you have Zoysia, or if you have Bermuda, take this and throw it away. Matter of fact, that's the unit, that's the prong thing to my old Sunjo. And when I got this in, I didn't even keep it. I threw it in the trash. That's literally, you just don't want that. It's just going to pull up all those rhizomes and those runners. It'll just pull up the lawn versus giving you a nice cut. Now, this is not a problem for everybody, obviously, but there comes a point, if you're cutting your lawn really short and you've been using stuff like PGF Complete and Dirt Booster and Humichar, you're going to have a super thick lawn like I have. It gets to the point that a reel mower will struggle to cut a lawn at 1/2 inch. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you, I'm going to run this and show you what it looks like, because I'm not going to do the whole lawn. I don't want to do the lawn until, I'm going to use this to seed my daughter's lawn, so I don't want to blow this thing up by any chance. So let me just run it and show it to you. This is not something every warm season grass owner is going to do. But when you are cutting your grass really short and it starts to get super thick, this will actually help it look better. It'll be ugly for a couple of weeks, but trust me, it'll get better. All right, so I'm going to go halfway down and see what happens. Push the button, pull the handle. We'll do a deeper cut on this one. We'll go one more down on this line. Button. And now we'll go to the deepest setting. Button. So now I've got 3 rows here that you can see. Row number 1 was on the middle of range. I went one more down and one more down. So what I want to do now is I'm going to come by and I'm going to use my sweeper. I'm going to sweep this up and then I'm going to cut it. And let's see what it looks like. I'm not really pulling a bunch of thatch. I'm actually cutting this green grass. So you can see it's green. Quite a bit more there. I'm going to grab my reel mower and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to let you see what it looks like after you do a verticutting. So hold on. All sort of relative. I'm going to cut and then I'm going to bring the mower back. I'm going to cut, I'm going to bring the mower back. I'm going to cut and I'm going to bring the mower back. So I cut them all the same way. The shade is starting to hit these 3 lines, but you can definitely see, if you look at this, is what I was trying to do here. This thinned out area versus this area right here, which has not been done. So this patch versus this right here. This is going to be really, really thick all in here. It looks great, but at some point during the year, this is going to be too thick. And so what we'll do to the whole lawn is we'll actually come in and we'll do a verticutting on it. And you can see the spaces in here. So we've opened up this really, really tight Bermuda in here and given it some room to breathe. So verticutting is a good thing to do when you get really tight. Now, a good example is in Europe, they do this to almost all the soccer pitches over there. So why is that? That's because they don't want a thick grass over there. They actually want a thin grass where the ball rolls. They want it really short and really thin. They don't want this thick grass that slows the ball down, and that's why they do it. But you'll get to a point, or you may get to a point, where you start to say, man, my reel mower is almost struggling to cut this because it's so thick. And when you get to that point, that's when you want to consider a verticut. I wouldn't recommend it for the average person. Never dethatch a Bermuda or Zoysia lawn. Don't dethatch it. Just leave it. You shouldn't have any problems with thatch. If you're starting to have a problem with thatch, then bag your clippings for a while or put down some dirt booster and get those microbes going. It's not a problem. But that dethatching tool is just a horrible way to do it. So I hope this has answered some questions. We cover a lot of this in the guide. Again, the dethatching is for cool season guys. You cool season guys are going to be dethatching a lot, and you're going to use those little prongs because you don't have a lot of runners going through you don't have a lot of sideway growth. That's who's going to use a dethatch. Anyways, hope this has helped. A lot more videos coming. Hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Doc.